Well,
Right here in
hi,
New
Spots
Jersey.
and Cheap Pops. We're back again, and Vladdy Dotty, the purple nurple champion. Is it no longer the purple perineum?
It's the purple perineum. It was tainted, but now it's home to daddy. And I don't know, man. I'm on a very good streak in terms of these wins.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
had
it's
two you
nuts.
had two perfect pay-per-views in a row, by the way, which never
I was on
happened.
fire. Yeah, I was on fire. It was great. So, I mean, it's just so difficult to beat me at this point in my life. So,
Yeah.
I
No, I
have this
agree.
trophy. I have this trophy, and you will be scratching and clawing to get it returned to you via in-person transaction or the mail. But it'll happen. But look at it, man. Do you miss it? Do you miss it?
Yeah, I do. But it's okay because today is the beginning of a new day. A new day. Ooh. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods had a moment, and Xavier Woods was wearing all black, and Kofi was like, "Hey, why are you wearing all black?" That's what villains do. Good
Oh,
job, WWE.
I mean, the writing's on the wall there. I mean, he's turning heel, and I've noticed that for the last, I don't know, 2 months or a month and a half here.
Yeah, I think everyone has that. And
Like,
can you get more things you don't care about? Is that turn, and then Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I give a fuck about that. I do not. I'm sorry. Does anyone really care? Do you really care? You don't.
it's a no, I don't care. I just
No, you
tolerate
don't.
it, and I usually fast forward it, depending on who they're interacting with.
That's the problem. That's the problem. They're putting him with The Rock and Cody Rhodes every 2 weeks.
Cool. That's not cool. So, but here we are in the wonderful land of Germany with a bash in Berlin. Any thoughts before we start our picks?
Thoughts are this is definitely a pay-per-view that is not going to change the world in any stretch of the imagination. I don't think this is earth-shattering. I think this is just another place. Let's get a big crowd and let's have a good show. A lot of these pay-per-views, and I hate to say it, a lot of these pay-per-views they're doing, because they're doing so many of them, I'm sorry, premium live events, a lot of them are just going to be like glorified house shows. And I think this is one of them. Not that the matches aren't going to be great. Not that I'm not excited about the matches. But a lot of these matches, I don't think they're going to change the trajectory of any of the storylines.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I think the biggest thing with this show in general is they're going to establish Gunther. It's my thinking. So
Yeah, for sure.
this is a huge like WrestleMania level moment for Gunther being in that area of the world. And I never got a chance to tell you this, man. The first time I saw Gunther was for an NXT Europe pay per view that Finn Balor just happened to go and wrestle against JD McDonough. I believe that was the main event. Upon their match ending, all of a sudden the
Was
music,
his head still weird looking?
it was large. Yeah. So
Great wrestler.
upon the match ending, you know, all of a sudden the music hits, and the crowd, like, there was energy there, man. And it was Walter's first appearance for NXT, and that was in England, or it was, I should say, it was in the United Kingdom. I forget the exact location, but at that moment, and this is previous to Gunther getting into the best shape of his life, becoming an actual world champion in WWE. Now he's going to that area of the world of Europe and is going against Randy Orton of all people. That's the one match I can't miss. At some point this weekend, I'm going to sit down and watch that. That's the one that I have the most interest in of the entire card. So I think it's really Gunther's arrival is going to be spotlighted here like no other, and the rest will be for the history books, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that should be the match of the night. It should be.
Main
But
event, yeah.
the one thing I would say is how do their styles clash? And I wonder how much Randy Orton is willing to take from Gunther in terms of being snug, in terms of what he's going to do. I'm hoping for a better match than what we saw at King of the Ring finals, but they already wrestled and they botched the finish. So I'm
Yep.
a little negative toward it because I don't know if Randy does the kind of Gunther's an independent wrestler. He wrestles the same exact way he wrestled on the independents.
Yep.
Randy is not an independent wrestler. Make it look pretty, make it look good, and let's make work the emotions. It sounds like it would be a dream match. I don't think their styles match up well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what they have to offer, man. I hope you're wrong.
Well, how'd you like the first match?
I agree with points that you made. I didn't like the whole ending with the referee making a mistake. That sort of took away from it. But overall, I was satisfied with it. But
Oh
this,
well, I
I'm
think that
I
was supposed to be. Wait,
yeah.
come out. Wasn't that was supposed to be the finish? They just fucked up that Randy's shoulders weren't bent.
Yeah, which is carrying into the storyline, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so like that, that was part of it. And then but I'm expecting this to be more elevated and more special, honestly. I think that you know what, like Randy's gonna have to work a little bit and take some punishment. I think the crowd is gonna be heavily favoring Gunther. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that should be the case. You know how the Germans love their Austrians.
no.
Anyways, let's go into Vladi Dottie. Let's go into right into this pay per view. Bash in Berlin, who you and I were picking months ago, that somehow Gunther was going to walk out as world champion.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's what we both think. Vladi Dottie, what are the matches in this amazing card at Bash in
Let's
Berlin?
let's start off with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship with the Unholy Union against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Would you like to lead off?
Yeah, I think Jade Cargill and Bianca wins. I think this experiment with the witches. Are they the
Yeah,
witches?
they
I
were the
think it's
witches.
gone bad quick. They're not a
Yeah,
bad tag team, but then no one cares. They don't
yeah,
get a reaction. They don't get a
yeah,
reaction when
and
they lose. They got a little bit of a reaction when they won. It's just one of
yeah,
those people that didn't have any heat at all, and they just gave him a title for whatever reason. It was weird because it was so out of the blue and weird, and no one cared. This is a new WWE. It doesn't fit in this WWE. So I think Jade and Bianca, they need to build those guys up
yeah,
so that when they turn on each other, they can have a match at WrestleMania next year.
yeah, yeah. I agree, and that'll be. I went with you as well with Bianca and Jade winning the match. Also, let's go to this match. I don't think this is going to be the main event. I don't know if they announced it yet, but let's go with the WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens.
I think it's the main event because Cody has to be one. But go ahead. Sorry.
Because Cody has to be it,
Yeah, I think Cody's in a position now where it's like I'm the main event.
even with Gunther being there in Berlin.
Fair. You're probably right there, actually.
Yeah, they're both world champion matches. So I think I think Cody and Owens might even lead off.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. You just. That's how great you are. You convinced me with just saying it.
Yeah, if it wasn't in Berlin, I would say it would be the opposite way. But here we
Yeah,
go.
I'd
So
agree with that.
so let's go with this match. We got Cody versus Kevin Owens. If you don't mind, I'll share my pick. I went with Cody. It's definitely not time, I believe, for him to lose it. Also, they've been flirting with Kevin Owens becoming maybe a heel soon. So maybe he tries to do the right thing, loses, and then after the match goes ape shit and brings back the heel version of Kevin Owens that we all know and love.
Little Becky Lynch. I like it.
There you go. So, and you chose.
I chose Cody Rhodes. He's not losing it. Kevin Owens hasn't won a world championship match in how many years? It's not
Yeah,
happening anytime soon. Maybe if he gets moved to Raw, or if they switched rosters, whatever the world championship is, maybe he gets that one. Because I think that one's going to interchange quite a bit more. but he's never going to be the WWE champion anytime soon. And as great as he is, he's been a main event guy. You don't always win the world title, but he was a world champion and he's a main event guy. You can't complain about it. He's certainly not beating Cody Rhodes here.
Yeah. Let me ask you
But
this
it's been a
question.
weird. It's been. But I will say this: it's been a weird build of his heel kind of turning, trying to be a good guy. Like I don't deserve it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, sorry, I sound like Kermit there. Then all of a sudden, he might. That's what happens. You get that he's a prize fighter. At the end of the day, he's a
Yeah.
prize fighter, right? That's who he
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. If you had to bet your bottom dollar, will Kevin Owens' next world championship happen in WWE or AEW?
I don't think he's leaving WWE ever.
Okay.
Like he loves it. If he was going to leave WWE, he would have done it a couple years ago because it
Okay.
was before all the drama. AEW was on the upward trajectory. It was early 2022,
Yeah.
and AEW was on an upward trajectory. And you had we were actually saying Kevin Owens was going there, but because you had Brian Danielson there, you had CM Punk there, and you had Adam Cole there, and all this great stuff was happening in AEW. Oh, and two people, by the way, is Swerve and Christian Cage. You had those guys there. You felt good, and that was, I think, the year he was going to have a free agency, and he didn't go,
Yeah.
despite the hours, despite everything else. He stayed with WWE because he loves the people that he works with.
Yeah.
Which I think is a testament to what WWE did. And I don't want to do too much on WWE, but it's a testament to what WWE did in terms of changing that locker room around. There were a lot of good people that were part of that culture change. And I think Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
Sami Zayn are two of them.
Yeah. I agree with that. So yeah, interesting. I don't know if it'll be. I know he has like about 10 months remaining because it was a typical dirt sheet sort of thing that somebody put out there, like, oh, Kevin Owens hasn't re-signed his contract yet, and it's like he has 10 months left in it. Like, why would you sign now? Like, you can't even negotiate.
And WWE is
So
making so much
stupid.
money right now.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and I was just curious. Let's go down to another match here with the. We'll do the mixed tag team match between Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against Dirty Dominik, Mysterio, and Liv Morgan, one of my
I think
favorite
that
Jersey girls.
I think I'm gonna go with my Jersey girl. I'm gonna go with the most overrated heel of all time, Dominik Mysterio, just because they need to win. Nobody thinks that Liv is better than Rhea. No one thinks that Dom is better than Damian. So you're gonna have them win to give this new distorted, weird version of Judgment Day, who I don't believe in, just like I don't believe in the new Bloodline. Both factions are shells as they currently are, with all due
Yeah,
respect.
I went and picked Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley because they haven't really been winning of late. So I'm like, why do you think like Liv and Dominic outsmarted Rhea recently at SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
So that was the last pay per view. There hasn't been one since. So
Okay.
did I miss anything? Or
No, what I'm saying though is that who do you respect more? Who has more respect? Dominik and Liv or Rhea? I mean, what do they call them? The Terror Twins?
yeah, the Terror Twins or something like that.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
They're
I
the
mean,
Terror
I definitely,
Twins. They're not
yeah, I
expected to
definitely.
lose this match.
Okay, all right. So that's actually, I think, the only place we may be differing. We'll see what the next few have in store for us as we're revealing our picks here. But I went the other way. I went and chose Priest and Rhea Ripley. So
The point, though, is I think you might see eventually Rhea and Damian kind of coming together, kind of being like best friends that made it so gay.
platonic.
They might turn into like lovers with Matt Riddle.
Wow,
You
he's not even on the roster anymore. But you know who is Jey Uso? He's getting attention.
Yeet. Well, maybe he comes out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You got a good point. Maybe Jey Uso does show up because a lot of people have been complaining that Jey Uso hasn't gotten the push he deserves. They tried. He literally he literally fought for a world championship at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
He's just this and the word. He hasn't captured your emotions without the rest of his family since he left your family. And that's why people are, what's going on with Jey Uso? He hasn't caught your emotions.
Yeah. It's not rocket science. And I'm with you because at this point, I'd rather see him just buddy up with Roman and Jimmy and start pushing that storyline, even bring Sammy along and, let's rekindle this bloodline spirit here. So that's where I'm at with Jay.
Yeah, I think he needs that too. Jimmy's coming back soon. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm with you though. I think, but I'm not with you in terms of that match. But we'll see. But
Right,
Jey
right.
Uso probably need. I think gonna fly Jey Uso all the way out for that. I don't know.
Well, speaking of
Yeet.
unnecessary plane tickets, much the way CM Punk had one to Scotland, we have a strap match here where we have CM Punk versus DM Hunk Drew McIntyre. Which way are you going with this one?
Well, obviously, I want Drew McIntyre to win.
Yeah.
He's the much better wrestler. He's a much better promo. He's a much better everything. Let's be honest. I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, no, I don't think CM Punk. Again, I didn't think CM Punk was going to lose at SummerSlam because I didn't. It was his first so far he's 0-2 in his televised matches, and he does always attack Drew McIntyre from behind. I think, and I've been saying this for a while. Eventually, at the end of this, we're going to see a double turn. Wholeheartedly feel that way, and that'll set CM Punk nicely up to have his big main event match at WrestleMania against, but literally a 63-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin, possibly 64. I mean, so we're going to see a 46-year-old CM Punk and a 63-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin. The only difference is Stone Cold's probably just as good as he was when he retired. CM Punk compared to 10 years ago is garbage. So it's going to be all about the promo and all about the drama because all CM Punk can do, which is why he's perfect for WWE now because you don't have to actually be able to wrestle and get over.
Wow. Any more about this rant? You just obsess over him almost hourly, but you have anything else to get off before we go to the next pick?
I think CM Punk wins.
Absolutely. CM Punk is going to win this gimmick match, even the field a little bit. He's going to outsmart your Scottish lover, DM Hunk. And
I should be
basically,
so lucky.
exactly, you would fawn over him like nothing else.
Have you seen his
And
eyes?
I can't get past the beard, man. I mean, I'm just enthralled with him. I was like, wow, that is a man's man. So I chose Punk as well, and this is typical. Almost it's not going to be the dog collar match with MJF by any means, but it'll be nicely planned out. This match will tell a story. The Punk will outsmart him somehow, outslither him even, and win this match.
Do you think they're going to a double turn or not really?
Not just yet, but I could see it. There's a lot of intriguing things they could do with Punk. No matter as long as he can talk and feud with people and
Yeah.
have these sort of matches spaced out, it works. And you have the whole connection to him and Heyman. What are they going to do with that? You have the
Options
connection to
unlimited.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, and it just the Stone Cold thing is very intriguing. Just but Stone Cold needs to cut promos. I'd like to see like 3 promos amongst those guys as we lead into that show.
Yeah.
Um, and then just watch them kick each other's ass, man, and the place will go nuts because I have zero doubt that Punk will get into some sort of righteous mindset and just go off on Stone Cold for being a beer drinker, etc. Blah blah blah. And it'll be
Yeah.
probably straight edge Punk once again, being more righteous than now.
That's where he needs his sweet spot. without being the whatever the anti-hero that he had become. His sweet spot is being a heel. He's being a scumbag and being a jerk off.
Yep.
Because
he's good at it.
You just got to turn yourself up to number 12, right? Just be yourself. Turn yourself to number 12.
Absolutely.
But yeah, on to the next, Mr. Vladi Dottie. Why do I love CM Punk though? Still,
you know what it is? It's like you and I both appreciate the stories that he is involved in, and they tend to be better. Because he always listen. You and I picked up on some of the more recent promos. They're not all home runs by any means.
No, they've been average at best lately.
Where I think it's he's just been working this angle with McIntyre so much. Like, how much can he dig up, really? Maybe it's time that they start getting past this and he starts interacting with somebody else, perhaps, now that he proves that he's somewhat healthy. But
and he's on Netflix, dude. Imagine CM Punk on Netflix. Imagine CM Punk on Netflix.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's gonna. Yeah, imagine him on Netflix, him cutting like a very adult promo. Not being PG Punk. And this is on the horizon here. So, it'll be fun. It'll be entertaining, and honestly, it's gonna be good storytelling.
It's got to be.
Yeah. So, we left the best for last. The Ring General. Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship in Berlin. And I hope you don't mind. I will just say the obvious. I am choosing Gunther here, 100%. Bet the mortgage on it. It's a done deal.
I agree, 100%. I'm wondering what kind of match we have. We already talked about what kind of match they're going to have. We'll see what happens. I am 100% in agreement with you. Again, Gunther just won it. And he's the kind of guy that, even though he's not your brightest and biggest star in the company and the guy who sells the merchandise as much, he's a guy that virtually everybody respects and understands that, oh my gosh, he is the world champion. Again, guy's been, over 70 now. He must be around 78%. 78% time of his time in WWE, he's been a champion of some sort. It's absolutely incredible. I think this is part of Randy giving back. I do believe Randy will eventually eclipse both Ric Flair and John Cena. Randy will be the guy. But I think it'll be a little bit of a struggle. And that'll be fun during WrestleMania season. We'll see what happens. At the end of the day here, though, Gunther is not losing this title, and Randy's putting somebody over. So,
yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting seeing the reaction of both Owens and Randy Orton losing, and how that impacts the relationship that Cody has with them both. So it's something to keep on our radars here, I'd say.
You might see KO and RKO. You might see RKO get back together, to be completely honest with you. We'll see. Their tag division is getting a little bit better. Keeping your eye out. We'll see. And apparently the Motor City Machine Guns, if they go to NXT, that's just embarrassing. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Dottie, this is Silicon Steve Alley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.